You're welcome to DBA TV, where we discuss everything international trade. In this series, you are going to be learning about what each of the Nigerian states have to offer as far as export is concerned. I have maintained that Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars and that they can be self-sufficient, but because the number of governors comes in with not the intention of generating income, but with the intention of sharing the money. But in this particular episode, we have put together a series of videos for all the Nigerian states from Abia to Zamfara, and this will enable the new governors that are coming in, or the new administration in different states of the country, to be able to take a cue from what we've shared in this video, which, by the way, covers the peculiarity of each state apart from the preamble. It talks about the profile of the profit, of the debt and income of the state. It talks about the potential of the state. It talks about the purchaser of the product the state have to offer, and of course, the exportable product, and also the proposal we have for the state, and how the state can directly profit from exporting raw materials, manufactured goods, solid minerals, and agri-commodity. I believe this will be of interest to you and maybe to your governor or to commissioner, whoever it is in your state. Thank you very much for joining. Enjoy yourself as you learn through what maybe your state is what we are looking at today, what Nigerian state have to offer. Happy listening. Thank you very much. So as usual, we have 7 major areas of consideration for every state in Nigeria. We have a preamble, which we basically try to look at the opportunity in different states. Then we look at the peculiarity of the state in terms of population, what the state have in terms of number of people, male, female, location, boundaries, and the like. Then the profile, looking at the income, the debt, and of course the budget of the state, then the potential, what the state is capable of exporting, which is our focus actually, and then the purchasers. That's what we're looking at, those that are buying and the volume they buy of such product the state produce. Then a proposal on what the state can do for SME, and of course the profit, how the state can profit directly from the SME. So we're up to Kwara State. Why must Kwara State export or support exporters? To avoid over-depending on federal allocation. And this is the situation of many states in Nigeria, over-dependence on federal allocation. To be able to boost the GDP of the state, to create opportunity for SME to grow, to avoid over-dependence on domestic market, to decrease dependence on domestic market, to earn export proceeds and grow revenue of the state. We're in election season, and I don't know the kind of question you are asking your governors. I feel we should be asking the intending governors or those contesting. We keep telling us, I will build road, I will build school, I will do this, I will do that. We should be asking the question, how? How will you get the money? Are you going to depend on tax from people that are not even paid well enough? Or you are going to depend on federal allocation? And export proceeds and grow revenue for the state. Farming and rural life become more lucrative through export. It can help the state to gain global market share and recognition. Export can make the state to be home of creativity and innovation. It's an industrial catalyst for the state in Nigeria. It can help in job creation for youth. It can help the state to know the value of what the state has as competitive advantage in the international market. It can help the state to lead through revenue generation for others to follow. It can make the state to be independent of federal allocation. There are numerous incentives for exporters in the state, opportunity to maximize the indigenous of the state abroad, poverty eradication opportunity for the state. The state through export can quit the league of state depending on wasting assets like oil. It can help the state to revive its economy, slow down rural and urban migration, a tax-free opportunity for exporters in the state and helping the state people, company and businesses to utilize their idle capacity. It can make a state become viable. You know, for those that have been following this, you will agree with me that a lot of Nigerian states are not viable. If you have been following me, you will agree with me that a lot of Nigerian states are not viable. In the sense that this state on its own cannot sustain, cannot even pay salary. It cannot meet up with its recurrent expenditures, talk less of capital project or capital expenditure. Why? Dependence on federal allocation. Dependence on federal allocation. It's a wealth creation opportunity for the citizens of the state. The state it can be said to extract the potential of product found in the state for export. Export can make the state to yearn for more improvement because of the competition abroad. And the state can zero in on its area of strength. So what do you see in Kwara today? What do you see in Kwara State today? Some people have chosen to see a challenge of unemployment, and I agree with you. I'm not discounting. And each time I talk about this, I always talk about the fact that I am not discounting the challenges we have in this sector of the economy in Nigeria. I'm not discounting it at all. What I've just tried to do is to focus on the opportunities. Why not discounting the real issue around unemployment? Of course. You can choose to focus on poverty. Some people choose to focus on frustration. But you know what? I would recommend you focus on the opportunities in farming. This is why people are coming into Nigeria. Why we are experiencing a lot of jackpot syndrome. Businesses are coming into Nigeria to set up. Even some diasporans are coming back into Nigeria to set up different businesses. Different businesses. Opportunities in farming, opportunities in mining, and there are, of course, opportunities in our population. All right. Peculiarities. Kwara State was formed out of the former northern region in the 27th of May 1967 by the regime of General Yakubu Gowon. At its creation, the state was made up of former Ilorin and Kaba province of the northern region and was initially named the West Central State, but later changed to Kwara State, a local name for the river Niger. Its capital is Ilorin. Located in northwestern Nigeria, Kwara State occupies 36,000 square kilometers. 36,000 square kilometers. In 1976 state creation exercise, the Kenya portion of the state was excised to merge with a part of them Benue Plateau State to form Benue State. On August 27, 1991, 5 local government areas, namely Oyi, Yagba, Okene, Okeyi, and Kogi, were also excised to form part of the new state called Kogi State. Kwara is bounded in the north by Niger State, in the south by Osun, Oyo State, Osun, and Ekiti State, and in the east by Kogi State, and in the west by Republic of Benin. Because of its unique geographical position, the state is referred to as the gateway between north and south. The main ethnic groups are Yoruba, Fulani, Nupe, and Baruba. Islam and Christianity are major religions in the state. The state nicknamed State of Harmony share boundaries with the Republic of Benin, and farming is a major occupation of the people in the state. Total land area of the state, like I said, 35,000 square kilometers. This state has 16 local governments. Male population is about 3.39 million people. Vegetation is tropical savanna. Major crops: rice, cotton, cocoa, tomato, sugarcane, millet, cassava, soya beans, maize, Benny seed or sesame seed, palm produce, and ginger. On the southern side, we have quartz, limestone, marble, feldspar, clay, kaolin, granite rocks, silica sand, and dolomite. If you look closely at this state, you will see opportunities in sugarcane and rice, shea nut and soya beans, quartz and cement, sesame seed, ranching, and wood. Still in this state, competitive advantage involved the fact that it's a gateway between North and South. It has an international cargo airport, key agricultural-based research institute, high deposit of minerals, and central for tourism. Central for tourism. Now, can we look a little bit into Kwara State and see the level of unemployment? This state have a working age population out of about 3.4 million people in Kwara State. About 2 million are of working age population. Working age population. 551,000 are not in the labor force. Even among the 1.4 in the labor force, only 937 are gainfully employed that are working up to 8 hours a day. Up to 8 hours a day. Profile. Now, can we look a little bit more at Kwara State? This state have a debt IGR of about 30.65 billion before COVID. Obviously, COVID reduced it significantly. And federal government allocation of about 50 billion. So technically, about $80 billion, the income of this state, just before COVID. The debt of this state is about $81 billion also. When you combine the domestic debt plus the foreign debt. But let's look at the total income structure. IGR is contributing about 30%. Now, as low as this might seem to you, this is better than many states in Nigeria. Many states in Nigeria are between 15 and 20. Many states. But that Kwara is even up to 30, kudos to Kwara. For it to be up to 30, this is commendable in my opinion. Even though it's still very low, because there is still a huge dependence. 70%. 70% of this state income is from Abuja. Now, look at something else. Look at the operating expenses of the state. Operating expenses of the state is actually 51 billion. That means this state is among the states that is not viable. This state cannot sustain itself. This state has 70% of its income. 70% of the income of this state is spent on paying salaries, recurrent expenditure. The state is not investing a lot in capital projects. And this is so sad. The state is not putting a lot into capital projects, which is very, very, very sad. According to budget, what does budget have to say about Kwara State? The state of harmony may have achieved some level of fiscal harmony as is able to move from 12th position on the budget ranking in 2020 to 10th position in 2021. Kwara State is the best performing state within the North Central region. It has maintained a decent position. Kwara recurrent expenditure also dropped by 28% between the fiscal year of 2019 and 2020. Of course, COVID contributed significantly. The state reduced its capital expenditure year on year from 29 to 22. Nothing the state's capital expenditure performance, it is observed that Kwara was the 9th lowest spender. 9th lowest spender on capital expenditure. On capital expenditure. When ranked alongside other states of the Federation, in terms of capital expenditure per capita, 6,200 272 per citizen is the money spent on capital expenditure, which is below the national average. National average is 8,000 in terms of amount each state is spending per citizen on capital expenditure. And this is slightly lower than the national median, which is 6,612. In terms of IGR performance, the state did not perform well and had a percentage decrease of 36% being moved from 30 to 19 during COVID. The state had third worst decline during COVID. Looking at the component of Kwara state IGR, it can be seen that the largest negative change was recorded in MDA revenue, which dropped from 17.35 in 2019 to 10 in 2020, representing 40% reduction. Yet, Kwara State still has the highest IGR within the region. In 2020, exceeding Plateau State by almost 500 million. The state debt profile is relatively low, as its debt stock had a minimal increase of 4.5%. Total debt from 2020 ran from 73 to 77 and to 81 for foreign debt. The state owned 14.4 billion due to the April 2020 Central Bank of Nigeria rate devaluation of 306, 380. Foreign debt increased approximately from 3.4 to 17. You know, the challenge is as the devaluation is happening, this is the challenge of foreign debt for Nigerian state, because you know it's like you borrow money and the value of what you are paying back keep increasing. The value of what you are paying back keep increasing. The value of what you are paying back keep increasing because of devaluation. I think it's better the state just borrow locally, or the state can generate dollar itself by exporting. So what are the potential? You know, this is the major cross of the matter. This is why this program is being done every week. We are trying to analyze every state in Nigeria and to show that Nigerian states are millionaires in dollars, probably billionaires in dollars, only that the managers of the state are not doing their job. The managers of the state are depending on allocation sent to them. You know, and I've maintained this on several occasions, saying that, you know, Nigerian states are run like a man who has a family, and the man will sleep and wake up, do nothing for the whole month, and he will be able to feed his family without doing anything. Otherwise called federal allocation. That means a state government, and you know, it's so interesting, Nigeria. Rather than ranking a state governor on how much he has increased revenue, how much he has generated income for the state, how much he has been able to boost human capital in the state, we will be ranking based on infrastructure, road, bridges, buildings that can depreciate. Depreciating assets. The human capital development is not used to rank governors in Nigeria. The income generation to be able to take care of all the needs of the state is not being used. So that like someone was saying that, look, anybody can be a governor, because look, if all you need is to say, okay, you want to build school, okay, allocate money for school, allocate money for that. It's so easy because there's not so much thinking going on into how do we make money for the state apart from the tax we collect from the workers in the state. All other government services in which statutorily you collect income. How does the state make money? Can we look at the potential of Kwara State? Agriculture is the mainstay of the economy of Kwara State. And principal cash crop include cotton, cocoa, coffee, kola nut, tobacco, beniseed, palm produce. Beniseed is another name for sesame seed. Beniseed is another name for sesame seed. Sesame seed, that tiny white stuff you see on hamburger. And palm produce. Agricultural Institute located in the state, Agricultural and Rural Training Management Training Institute. National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, and Niger River Basin Authority, all located in Ilorin. An agricultural research project of Afem Awolowo University at Bella provide farmers with vital information on modern agricultural techniques. Also, minerals resources found in the state include limestone, marble, feldspar, kaolin, quartz, granite, rock. Now, industries in the state include Kwara breweries, Ijago Global Soap and Detergent Industry, United Match Company, Tate and Lyle, is it Tate and Lyle Company? Is it not? Resinoplast Plastic Industry, Pharmatex Nigeria Limited, Kwara Textile and Kwara Furniture Company, all in Ilorin. Other paper manufacturing industry in Jeba, Okim Foam and Okim Biscuit in Ofa, K Plastic, Gonu, Kwara Paper Converter Limited at Eride. Others are Sugar Processing Company, Basita, Kwara Animal Feed Mall, Ilorin, and Agricultural Product Company, Basita. Major crops, apart from cash crop, include rice, cashew, cotton, cocoa, tomato, sugarcane, millet, cassava, soybeans, maize, sesame seed or benny seed, palm produce, ginger. Minerals, quartz, limestone, feldspar, clay, kaolin, granite, rock, silica, sand, and dolomite. Now, who are the purchaser and what is the market size of this product that this state produced? Who are the purchaser and what is the market size? Number one, corn. The market size for corn is 36.3 billion. Majority of the buyer in Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, in Europe, Spain, Germany, Netherlands, in North America, Mexico, Canada, United States, even in Africa, Egypt, Morocco, Peru, and Colombia. Let's look more at Africa. 3.73 billion. Now, please, we are discussing AFCFTA. Let me make this announcement. I'm sure some of us will be aware by now that we have been discussing, we've been doing seminar on AFCFTA for more than 2 years now, going to 3 years, from 2020 around, I think, May. So almost 2.5 years now, just preparing the ground for the opportunity that are available for Nigeria under AFCFTA. And let me say this at this point that, look, please note that it's no more a pipe dream that AFCFTA is a reality. It is no more a pipe dream. It is no more a pipe dream. Today, AFCFTA trading has commenced. The first trading was done from Kenya to Ghana, and it was export of battery, Exide battery, to Ghana. $77,000 worth of transaction cleared at the port of Tema in Ghana. Ghanaians have also done their shipment. Rwanda have also done shipment. The payment platform created for this purpose have also begun to function. Nigeria already effected payment in Naira to Ghana, and the Ghanaians supplier of the product is receiving payment in Ghana cedis. I'm basically saying that AFCFTA has come to stay. So all the effort, noise, program on radio, on TV, on Thursdays, the whole essence is becoming obvious to us. The question is this: how ready are you or Nigerian business community? I was on the radio program with the National Committee chairman, executive secretary last week, Wednesday, and he said, now that AFCFTA trading has started, there's pressure on the government of Nigeria. You know the way our civil servant is. Everything is so slow, not giving priority. Whereas some countries are eager to be the first, we are not even bothered at all. Now they are under pressure to ensure the processes that will be involved in the Nigerian part to be able to get certificate of origin under AFCFTA, to be the process of shipment under AFCFTA to be approved by the government. But we needed custom, Ministry of Trade, all the people, and it's been so slow. So slow. But you know what? Either it's slow or not, it's a reality for other countries. I hope we will be able to take advantage of this as a country. Okay, rice, $24.7 billion. That's the market. But in Africa, look at the market in Africa, $6 billion. Africa eats a lot of rice. Africans eat a lot of rice. Benin, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire. Benin actually is not actually buying up to that. Most of the rice in Benin are coming to Nigeria. Cashew nut. Cashew nut. Cashew nut. Cashew nut. 7.46 billion. And that will be the example I'll be using on how Sarah Trade can generate money directly from export. Cashew nut. 7.6 billion. Vietnam, China, India, Germany, United States are the major market worth considering. In Africa, the demand is low. In Africa, the demand is low. Demand is just about $83.1 million. How about cocoa beans? 9.56 billion. Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, France, Malaysia, United States, Singapore, Turkey, Indonesia. However, in Africa, the demand for cocoa is low because we produce a lot of cocoa. Ghana, Tunisia, Egypt buying $54.2 million. Soya beans, one of the products that we have neglected that is money spinner. We focus on cocoa. Cocoa market is just about $9 billion. Soya beans is 55. Instead of doing products, focusing on products that give us money, we focus on products that are traditional to us. China, Japan, Spain, Mexico. China alone is buying almost 60% of traded soya beans in the world. You need to investigate why. Soya beans is more than food now. Soya beans is replacing some hydrocarbon products. Polymers. A lot of polymer products that are gotten from crude oil are now going to be processed using soya beans. A lot of research is going on in that regard in the US. And China is using it for a lot also. Soya beans demand in Africa, 1.73 billion. Raw sugar. Raw sugar market, 21.8. That's from sugarcane. In Africa, the demand for sugar is 4.85 billion. Then lastly, cotton, $15.4 billion. $15.4 billion. In Africa, the demand is $338 million. Proposal. Here is my proposal to this government of Kwara State. Now, I will use cashew nuts in my proposal and profiteering of from export by Kwara State government. You know, if you look at the value chain of agri, you have the production, you have the harvesting and transport, you have the primary processing and storage, secondary processing and storage, surgical processing and packaging, marketing and sales, logistics, export, and distribution. Now, when an SME is involved in this, either the same SME or even a different SME is involved in this, look at what I found out. I discovered that value chain is not efficient. That value chain will not be efficient. And do you know what? This is the challenge in Nigeria. You have inefficient value chain operator because they are all SMEs, low processing capacity and low output, few job creation, low quality and packaging, high cost of production, and non-competitive product in the export market. So here is my take of what the state government needs to do. The state government needs to set up a processing plan. Let's say, for example, cashew nut. I can go and buy raw cashew nut from farmers, take it to the factory. The factory will shell the cashew nut. Having shelled the cashew nut, the factory will roast the cashew nut. The factory will package the cashew nut. When I come back, I'm coming to pick a fully branded cashew nut, roasted cashew nut in my brand name. As an SME2 who has bought raw material from SME1, I don't need to worry about NAFTA. I don't need to worry about power. I don't need to worry about, because there's a big, gigantic factory that is processing all this for me. That is processing all this for me. And I pay them per unit. Maybe they are charging me 50 naira or 100 naira. This is a company that is set up public-private partnership, not for profit, but generating enough to keep it afloat, but operated by private sector. And they're able to pay salaries, maintain the factory, but it's government that invests in it, but it's self-sustaining, not the type that was built in one of the states in which the governor is boasting he has built this factory, he has built this factory, he has built, but he's looking for people to come and buy it and operate it, rather than do a model where you have a plug-in of SME who can bring in raw material and process. SME2 can focus on market development, not on NAFDAC issues, not on power, not on infrastructure. This kind of model, I saw it for the first time in the UK. I was blown away. And I said, why don't we have this in Nigeria? If you find yourself in the UK, we have a factory in Leicester. And the factory in Leicester process, just bring your raw materials. They've already done your design for you. You already have a design, you agree with your logo and everything. They print your design. So in 2 weeks, you bring in maybe a truckload of cashew nut. In 2 weeks, you are going away with a truckload of processed cashew nut, fully packaged, ready for export. This creates efficient value chain operator. We are still leaving the SME in critical area, so we can create jobs, high processing capacity and high output because of a large corporate. Good quality packaging, low cost of production, and competitive product in the export market. Increase job creation because of the SME. Increase job creation. Decrease inequality and, of course, decrease insecurity. In order to support exporter in this state to enter export market in Africa, Europe, and America in a secure and sustainable way, the states can do the following. Partner with a representative at export destination to secure market, set up warehousing for pickup by wholesaler and retailer. This is the capital project I'm expecting state government to be doing. Set up warehouse, buy warehouse, build warehouse at destination for your people to sell. You know, sometimes these things are it's just amazing how I can't understand the way our governors think. I can't understand it's just so sad how we are not so developmentally oriented in such a manner that we can become very visible in the international market. Chinese company, you need to know what Chinese companies do. I mean, Chinese government do. Chinese government set up entities that buy raw material and keep it for private sector. Whenever private sector need, they will sell the private sector at a good rate. So when the raw material is available, buy and keep. As in investing in everything in the value chain that involve capital project to support their businesses. No wonder they are pulling a lot of people out of poverty. Set up an entity, agent or digital destination, partner with independent agent or digital destination, organize and sponsor manufacturer exhibition in the export market. Now, how can the state profit directly from export? Here is the model we are recommending for the government of Kwara State. Now, Kwara State has an arable land mass of about 1.4 million hectares. Let's assume the state decides to use half of that to cultivate cashew nut at a yield per hectare of 0.8 per metric tons. The state can generate 565,000 metric tons. That's already more than the whole production of Nigeria. At a price of $1,500 per metric ton, the state can generate $848 million. If you convert at the exchange rate of 450, that's $352 billion. The budget of this state this year is 189 billion. The state will have been able to pay off the farmers who will make about 50% profit on the farming of this product, pay the cost of farming, pay the profit of farmer, and pay the cost of export. How can this happen? Here is our recommendation. The state partner with a private company to set up a special purpose vehicle SPV. The state provide fund while the SPV provide expertise. The SPV form farmer into cooperative across the state, give the farmers guarantee to go and farm cashew, provide training and input support for farmers. SPV provide collection center for the farmers for the harvest. SPV clean and process the product for export. SPV source for buyers, do documentation and shipment. SPV present document to buyers bank for payment. The SPV pay farmers, share the balance with the state. The state have a larger share, and the state have more than enough to be able to carry out a developmental operation and purposes. Now, what this basically is showing me is, look, a state government, just the way federal government is trying to do oil that they are stealing and stealing every day, a state government can make money directly from export by working with private sector. Just the way government make money from oil by working with the oil majors. The impact of suggested model for a state government goes beyond generation of revenue via export. It has humongous impact on employment generation and increased economic activity in the state. This, in my opinion, is a more effective, efficient, and enduring model for diversifying the economy of any state in Nigeria. This model can also be replicated by federal government at the federal level, especially for the exportation of solid minerals. All right, thank you very much, everyone. See you next week as we come to discuss Lagos. Have a wonderful weekend and bye-bye.